we've been watching COVID for a while, and in the technology world, we're like the fabric to the district. We help tie all the services and the people and the equipment together. And so we actually put a technology contingency plan together in advance of this school shutdown being required. And the day before school closed, we actually had a staff meeting with about 25 of our staff members, sat around and walked through it. And I remember saying over and over, this is just a draft. This is just a draft. And so we edited it, talked about it, and as a manager, I kept thinking, because their eyes were bigger and bigger, and then I'm like, remember, this isn't going to happen tomorrow. And then it did. So we already had done some planning and had a lot of ideas in our head and knew the talents of our team members. So we were ready to answer whatever charge was required. The Department of Instruction upstairs has been working closely with all the teaching and learning staff to develop that mission. There's a message that we need to continue a cadence with our families and develop an online presence and make sure that all of our students have access to technology and Wi-Fi so that they can do enrichment assignments at this point. So we're all just learning how to get connected, not doing it face-to-face, but doing it in an online or a digital world, and making sure we have access to all of our students. It's really important.
So very, very early on, the district came up with a survey, and we initially surveyed students to see what they thought their technology needs were at home. It included how many students use the devices at home, what's your internet service like at home. And after that was through, we did have quite a few students that were absent on Fridays. So on Monday, we sent the same survey out to parents of students who were absent. We're compiling that data right now to see where we're at, and later in the week, we plan on distributing devices to the students in need.
Finding the availability of the equipment for this unique type of learning model. We're finding the webcams are out of stock, iPhones are out of stock, hotspots are out of stock. It's been a real challenge. We get a hold of a vendor, they say, yeah, we have these in stock, we order them, and by the time the purchase order goes through, inventory has been depleted. So we have problems getting the stock, and then when we do get equipment and we have it sent to be delivered, there's delays in shipping and a bunch of problems with trying to get the product to the building when they're closed, and then also to distribute them once we get them.
And I would agree. We internally, we know what to do. We're doing multiple things at once. We are, almost having like a fake school closure. So we're bringing all of our technology back to inventory at. Then we are getting our administration staff who still have to do daily operations, whether it's here at home, remotely set up to do that type of work. Then we have our teachers who are getting ready to do remote learning, and they don't do it. It's not their everyday practice in this manner. So we've been doing training PD for a couple of days. And then we have our students that are anxious to figure out how they all fit in this realm and have never experienced such a situation like this. So we feel like it's easier to work with our groups and work through those issues than try to get Wi-Fi, internet, and all the devices and pieces we need to purchase. It's been a very difficult, it's been, I think, the hardest problem to deal with is distribution outside of school systems. It's been very hard to get product.
And we're also expanding our help desk where before we had one staff help desk. We're expanding that out into 3 separate help desks, and that's a big undertaking in broadcasting those numbers and getting our staff trained up to be able to staff those help desks. We want to be able to help support the administration, the staff, and the students and parents all at the same time. So it's a big undertaking.
Every day, the district has done a great job of posting a message for everybody to see where we are in our thinking, in our planning, and in our deployment of whatever it is that we're offering, whether it's meals or devices or instructional components. So, you know, it's been an interesting process. You know, we have a team of around 25, and we've all worked together. Many have worked many years together, but we tried to pick people's talents. What were their specialty areas, and then put them either in the right help groups or help with training for PD for teachers, or to work with our administration to get the remote offices set up. So we really started a higher level, look at what our staff, you know, who they are, what their best capabilities are, and then, you know, they all have to have flexibility and adaptability at this time, because every day is an unknown. And really every day we make a huge list. We have buckets, and there's about 5 buckets, and you put all your tasks in the buckets and you work a bucket at a time. And, you know, we're trying to keep our stress level down. There's a lot going on, but, you know, we're managing to smile and laugh and have some camaraderie because we have each other.
I'd say just that we're here to support them, and through this difficulty, it's we don't know what the future brings, but we're gonna get through it together.
I don't think educational technology, ed tech as it's known, is the end all be all, but like today was a PD day for teachers, and we probably had about 600 teachers mostly participating virtually in classes that were just in time or best fits for them, so they could work on lessons and activities and enrichment pieces moving forward. And some of the conversations that were coming up today were just phenomenal. We're getting to take a second look at how we teach and learn and what it looks like, not always in a face-to-face environment, and, you know, kind of represents, you know, just reality at the moment. I just think it's a great time. It allows us to review our practices, collectively come together and come up with unique and different ways. So, you know, if you look at every situation that's tough or dire, always brings out a positive down the road.